Okay, listen, if I'm planning a trip to Africa to go on a lion hunt, and it happens to be in Zimbabwe, what do I need to know?
Well, what you need to know is that there is someone selling illegal problem animal control lion hunts in Zimbabwe. There are no permits for this. The National Parks and Wildlife Authority has not issued any permits for this so far, and this is not something that you can market ahead of time. Problem animal control hunts are hunts that come up suddenly because there's obviously a problem with a wild animal that is either destroying crops or threatening the lives of human beings. Right. So, or eating cattle in the case of lions. So this is something that a problem animal control hunt is something that comes up suddenly, and a permit's made available, and a hunter needs to be found right away. This is not something that's supposed to be marketed ahead of time. So if someone has offered you one of these hunts, be aware that it is probably bogus. There are two things that you need to ask for when you're looking at a problem animal control hunt in Zimbabwe. One is the pack permit for that animal, and two is the authority document that's been issued to the operator in order for him to conduct a pack animal control hunt. If they balk at providing that to you, that should set off a red flag in the back of your head. And if you want to check and make sure that it's a real one and not a forgery, which has been known to occur in Zimbabwe, please forward it to me. You can email it to me at barbara@huntingreport.com, and I will send it over to the authorities in Zimbabwe and have them verify that it is a legal pack animal control permit. And if it's not, then I will out whoever is offering these illegal hunts. These people are putting hunters at risk legally and financially, and the world needs to know who those people are. They need to be out of business. Yeah,
and Barbara, do you have any idea who's doing that now, or you just heard the rumor that is taking place?
Well, it came to me by Sally Bone of the Zimbabwe Operators Association, Safari Operators Association. And she did not know exactly who was operating or offering these hunts, but they got word of it and checked with national parks and verified that there are none of these permits available. These are bogus hunts that are being marketed.
Okay, good. That's good information. So viewers, if you're planning on going, if you think you have a hunt booked in Zimbabwe for a lion hunt, this would be the exact time to verify that. And Barbara has just told you how to do that, and certainly you can contact Barbara for further information on that. Now, I understand that there's also an alert on leopards in South Africa?
Yes, there is. Before I get to that one, though, I do want to tell you about another bogus hunt that's being offered in Zimbabwe, and that is for call elephant hunts in the national park. This is illegal. I had someone contact me asking me about this because he'd been offered one. There are no hunts within a national park in Zimbabwe, and if someone offers you one and markets it to you, I want to know who they are, because I will send that information on to the authorities in Zimbabwe. These people need to be shut down. Be very careful with anybody offering you a cull elephant hunt anyway. What you need to know is cull elephant hunts are not, you're not shooting one or two elephant. When you cull elephants, you must remove the entire family group. Cows, calves, young bulls, everything has to die. And there's a reason for it. It's because the experience so traumatizes the other elephants that they turn into rogue elephants and they become problem animals. So this is a very dangerous and grim affair. When the shooting starts, you've got elephants running everywhere. For a paying client, this is very dangerous. You can get stomped, you can get trampled, you can get tusked, you can get killed very easily. This is only for professionals. So be very leery of anyone marketing a cull elephant hunt.
And I know that in the past it's only been done by professional hunters. So the very fact that someone's offering it to the public surprises me a little bit anyway.
Well, I've heard of these things being offered in Zimbabwe before, and when I sat down face to face with the director of National Parks and Wildlife in Zimbabwe, I asked him about this, and he told me that no, coal hunts are only supposed to be handled by professionals, and it's something that they were hoping that some of the professional hunters would be able to help park employees learn how to do, but it is not something that is supposed to be offered to paying clients. So watch out for that one too.
Okay.
And as far as
and if we hear about
situation,
it, oh yeah, and if we hear any
sorry?
information on who's behind all that, I know that you'll report it to us.
I will absolutely report it.
Okay, so tell me about leopards.
Well, a situation has come up in South Africa. If you have bought a leopard hunt in South Africa, be aware that there's a situation that has come up suddenly at no fault of the operators that were booking these hunts. It is the Environment Department in South Africa. They suddenly decided to change the way that they are issuing leopard permits. Now, thank goodness, the Professional Hunters Association of South Africa got on this right away. And I just heard half an hour ago that they have resolved this issue.
Oh, good.
But there are some things that you need to do if you have booked a leopard hunt in South Africa. First of all, you make sure that the person that you booked this leopard hunt with has an allocation authority from the Department of Environment. Ask for a copy of it. Without that allocation of authority, they cannot legally market leopard hunts. So that's the first thing you need to ask for. Once you've seen it and you've verified that they do have an allocation issued to them, now what you need to do is, as soon as possible, determine the dates on your leopard hunt, send them a deposit for it, and book your airfare. You're going to need a copy of your flight itinerary with dates that show an overlap of the dates that will be for the hunt. Okay, so the dates of your hunt have to fit in the date that you arrive and the date that you leave South Africa. They're also going to need your passport information, and they're going to need that proof that you have sent them a deposit. That's so that the operator can then go to the Environment Department and say, okay, I have all this documentation. Please issue a permit in my hunter's name. That permit must be issued in your name with the exact dates of your hunt. It must have all of your passport information on it. It is not transferable. Okay, so before you go on your leopard hunt, make sure that your operator has all of that information in hand.
Right.
If you don't get all of this done, your operator cannot apply for your permit. And if you wait until the last minute, you might not get a permit. So it's very important that hunters know about this and take the steps so that they can guarantee their permit gets to them.
Oh, and is the CITES permit involved here at all?
Yes, this is what this is. It is a CITES export permit.
Right, okay, all right. All right, good. Well, that's great information. I appreciate that, Barbara. And for you folks that are planning a hunt, go to the hunt report and check before you leave. Or in fact, I think you should do it way before you leave. And check with Barbara and make sure everything is kosher, as they say, before you leave. Barbara, thank you very much for coming on and telling us about that. We'll see you again next week.
My pleasure, and I will be with you next week.
Okay. See you then.